I just have a feeling we're gonna have to take this whole rig down at some point on this trip.
Well,
It's gonna be fun.
today is not that day, so. And good morning. Ryan?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I'm in the toilet.
Oh, you're in the bathroom. Oh, I see. I was wondering if you could take over. What's that? I'm really sleepy. I don't want to do it now. Can we do it later? Ooh. And now I'm going to bed. Hello.
Hi. What's up?
Not much.
You go back to bed?
No, I need to have breakfast. It felt like for 30 minutes the sea state was a little better.
It was. Yeah, just like the last, just before you came up, we had a couple rollers, but...
Typical. Well, I'm gonna make myself breakfast.
Okay.
You want breakfast?
I've had a bit already, so I think I'll... Hold on.
so bad stuff. Where were we at? So to understand what happened to us yesterday night, I need to explain to you how our twin head sail setup works. As you can see, we have two poles that hold the head sails up. And those two poles, they are maintained up by something called a topping lift. And we have two topping lifts, one on starboard side and one on port side. Then the sail itself is going to be controlled by the sheets, which is absolutely normal. And the third line that is attached to the clew of our head sails is something called a control line. And the control line runs from the edge of the whisker pole down to a cleat that is a little farther up the boat and then runs back all the way to the cockpit. And its job is to prevent the whisker pole from coming all the way into the shrouds, and we control it back in the cockpit. So yesterday I had been on watch for a very long time, probably from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Ryan had just joined me in the cockpit. I went down to make some lunch, and then Ryan calls me back up and asked, hey, have you trimmed the sheet at all today? Like, have you messed anything with the sail? And I was like, no, I didn't touch them. I was like, yeah, because the starboard genoa is a little baggy, so I think that we need to trim that one. And I go in the cockpit to trim it, take the winch, start cranking on the winch, and there's a lot of resistance. I'm like, something is wrong. So Ryan is like, hey, maybe you need to loosen the control line, which makes sense because I'm trying to pull the sail in, so I go to loosen the control line. Now at this point the control line is loose. And what happens next is a big gust and a big wave hitting us at the exact moment that my control line was loose. There was nothing it was not attached. So the wave pushes us sideways, the wind gets behind our starboard genoa. Now our starboard genoa, there's a lot of force, wind's probably blowing by at 20-25 knots at this point, and the genoa goes all the way to port. Our starboard genoa goes all the way to port, bringing with it the whisker pole. Bad. So I jump behind the helm, I turn the engine on because at this point I fully expect that we were gonna have lost all of our power. And Ryan's like, turn. So I'm like turning back on course. In the meantime, I have another wave that hits me on the other side. And what couldn't happen, happened. So because the control line of my whisker pole was loose, the whisker pole went right into the shrouds. And we bent the whisker pole. It happened really fast. Obviously I didn't have any camera on because there was so much to deal with. We were super bummed out. It's not the first time that something bad happens to us when we're on the water. I think that at some point, one day we minorly grounded the boat. And the first reflex that we have is to call our friends. Like, we call our friends who know better than us or who have a little bit of perspective on the situation, as we are completely wrecked and saddened and emotionally impacted. Woo! It's really rolly. So we first called our friend Andy Shell. I mean, we didn't call him, we sent him an email, and we also sent an email to the rigger that we worked with in Almerimar. And both of them completely separately told us that it's fine, like if you can find like a big stick that you can build a brace for your pole with duct tape and Dyneema, it should hold. And you can continue to sail with it. So yesterday night we were like, boat hook. So both Ryan and I went on the foredeck and we took the hook, the boat hook that we usually use when we arrive somewhere, and we moored, and we went duct taping the boat hook to the whisker pole, and it looked very ridiculous.
Start by a small, like the piece that you have in your hand, just like wrap it around. It's dirty.
It's just too hard because I gotta hold on myself.
Okay.
And then like, it's all getting...
Just do a prefix. And then do a prefix. Just to have the...
Could you come up here?
What's that?
Could you come up here?
What?
It would help a lot.
Oh, you want me to come?
You to come up,
Yeah.
because you just gotta hold this then.
Okay, I'm on my way. Okay.
So, this is the pole.
Okay.
Just take the duct tape then. Just take it off my arm. No, it's okay, it's okay. Just grab it.
Move your head.
Alright, I'll take it now if you want to go back. Oh, no. Oh, I need it on there.
Okay, I'll put it back.
Okay.
That was very stressful.
Okay, well that's at least something to help it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do need to put some dynamo on it. I understand what he's saying.
Okay.
But I don't think we should do, I think the only way to do that is to drop the pole down. So if we can get through tonight, you know?
Yeah. That was extremely stressful. I was so afraid that you were going to fall in the water.
Oh. So the pole is actually bent.
A little bit.
Okay. Oh, you know what we have?
No.
We have those stainless steel poles that Stuart made.
Yeah, right. That's a great idea.
So tomorrow we could pull one of those out.
That's great. Yeah,
Use
good
that.
call.
Yeah?
Really good call. Brian remembered that before we left Almerimar, he had ordered 2 big stainless steel poles that he wanted to mount instead of the lifelines at the stern of the boat to maybe later on mount some solar panels. And we're like, yeah, that's the perfect brace. So yeah, now we're gonna go remove the pole, remove the boat hook, and build a proper brace for our whisker pole so that we can continue our sail under our twin head sails setup. And it's gonna be an operation. Right, how are we gonna do this?
So I'm gonna put the engine in gear, and we're just gonna furl those in quite a bit. And then I'll go up on the deck, drop the pole, bring it back here. We'll fix it up back here, then I'll bring it back.
How about you bring the pole through the spray hood?
It doesn't matter how.
It's probably a lot easier than to walk around the side.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, it's just gonna come back here.
Yeah, let's do it this way then. So we're gonna be on the engine during the entire operation.
Because we
Okay.
have no other propulsion.
All right.
Okay.
Yep.
I just have a feeling we're gonna have to take this whole rig down at some point on this trip.
Well, today
It's gonna be fun.
is not that day, so.
Going?
Give me more slack. Okay, tell me when you're ready.
You're going up now.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't need to come all the way.
Smooth.
That's the bend.
Oh yeah.
Can you go look for that?
Yeah, well let me hold it first. Once you're done with this roll, I'll just fetch another one. Okay? Well, I don't think that pole is going anywhere. I think that the duct tape on top is a little over the kill, Ryan. Oh yeah, well, it's a little overkill.
It's gonna do here.
Take it back?
Yeah.
All right, if you go out on port side, I will send this to you once you reach...
You're going on the starboard
Oh,
side.
you're going on the starboard side. All right, well. Watch your feet, duct tape on your foot. Send that back in the cockpit. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay.
lift that up.
Oh, and because no good story is complete without a moral, here is what I've learned from this incident slash experience slash shit, it happened 2 days within our crossing. I think that my first mistake was to completely loosen the control line. What I should have done is just give it a little bit of slack and tie it with some slack built in. That way, when the pole would have come back on the second turn, it would have stopped before the shrouds. I didn't do that. The second thing that I've learned is that it's really hard to sheet in and sheet out when the topping lift of the whisker pole is too tight. The rolly. At the second that I gave the topping lift a little bit of slack, all of a sudden it was like, yeah, it was easy to trim again. Learning every day. That would be a good slogan for boat life. Boat life, learning every day. Well, in better news, we are back on track. The new brace is really solid. Our whisker pole is not going to go anywhere now. And we're doing a pretty good speed, between 6.5 to 7 knots. The winds are not too high. I wish that the sea state was a little nicer to us, because it really is very rolly and it's tiring. Like, today I was complaining to Ryan that my legs are wobbly. Like I walk and I like wobble and I wobble because it's honestly so tiring to walk downstairs when the boat is rolling so much. But it's a beautiful day. Very yellow. Oh, the rolliness. Tonight for dinner we have carrots in butter and brown sugar with a mahi-mahi filet in some spicy rubbing, butter and breadcrumbs. We even have dessert. Yummy, yummy. Oink. Can you help me? Thank you. Oh, is it here?
Yeah.
How did it end up here?
No, he flew onto the deck.
Look at me. No, show it to me. Oh, poor fishy.
Okay.
Alright, fly, fishy, fly. I am really tired.
We'll go back to bed, honey.
No, I don't feel really good downstairs.
You don't?
It's hot.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't mean to complain, but...
But
I wonder if you ever get into the rhythm.
you mean on the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're only 72 hours in, honey.
It
Like,
feels like even the passage from Tangier to Lanzarote wasn't that hard. I don't know why.
Yeah, but I think mentally